So I wanted to make this video about spiritual psychosis, and that is when you are experiencing the same phenomena, the same experience as what people would usually term as psychosis, but you are aware that it could be psychosis. You also think that, hey, maybe I'm going crazy. There's like a questioning. When people are going through psychosis, they're not able to do that. So in the experience that I had, after a very extreme, what people call Kundalini awakening, like energy awakening, after that, there was a period of bliss that was experienced, and after that, things seemingly just went downhill completely. Like life went completely upside down. And yeah, one of the things that manifested was spiritual psychosis. So what happened was that I had these involuntary kriyas that were occurring. They were just happening involuntarily on their own. So at the time, that was really believed in. It was believed that these were, very working in favor for the body and working to release repressed energy, stuck emotions. And yeah, who really knows? Who knows what that is? It definitely has been a process of healing. But no one can really say that it's because of that. It actually, things progress in a way that really it's just not believed in. But coming back to spiritual psychosis, what occurred was that like two voices popped into my head, and it was like the sense of I, that feeling of this is my voice, got like shoved down, and like it felt like that got shoved down completely to the point where it was like it couldn't it wasn't there for a bit. And these voices were saying things that alarmed me at the time. And then there was a coming back of that sense of I voice, and there was panic in the body. There was a lot of panic. The body started going into a panic attack because it was like, what the actual fuck is going on? So what happened was that I took it back to the body. It was like, okay, this is like crazy. Like these voices are like saying things that are really alarming, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems like crazy, and it was just like, okay, let's take it back to the body. Let's really be here. I'm having, the body is reacting with a lot of panic. It's having a lot of intense panic sensations, and so I just went to the ER that day. They gave me medication for panic attack. And I went home. And what occurred over the coming weeks was this like less and less belief in any of that, and the voices, in what was being basically there was no belief in what the voices were saying, because they were very like intrusive. And there was just like, oh, like, whatever. This is just, I don't believe in this shit. And yeah, they're just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna continue on experiencing what the body's experiencing, like just being here with the body, sitting down, experiencing like these crazy, intense sensations, and that's it. And with that, the voices completely died down and completely stopped. So yeah, it was seen that, you know, this really just being with the body, whatever was happening with the body, that's where it, like, I could find like some sort of, there was like a grounding to that. And yeah, it was what seemingly made for me to be able to get past that, which was really alarming. And I wasn't even able to speak about it because there was so much else going on. Like the involuntary kriyas were going on for like 24 hours a day, and so it felt like I couldn't speak about it. So yeah, it's just, it seemed to be that like whatever is happening is just what's happening, and that there's nothing wrong with it. In a sense, like whatever is occurring is what is meant to be occurring, is was what really resonated, and what kind of kept me afloat as well throughout these past 2 years. Yeah. So thoughts also came to be seen as extremely, just a lot of times really nonsensical, absurd, and so gradually they were more and more, they just weren't believed in anymore. And so they lost their gravity, they lost their pull, they were seen to be empty. And with that, there was a gradual release of what the body needed to release, a lot of release of repressed emotions, repressed trauma, so very intense. Definitely like shook the body up in a very extreme way. I'm not gonna lie, like the body just wasn't used to experiencing that level of intensity, and pain was like pain and fear and dread. But throughout it all, there was trust that the body was doing what it needed to do. And so there's still that trust. The body knows, it just fucking knows. Like it's crazy because you think you're conditioned to believe that you have to listen to someone, like the psychiatrist knows, the doctor knows, the therapist knows, your counselor fucking knows. But like here, no one could help. Absolutely no one. Like the body shut down so much that I couldn't even speak and I couldn't do anything. And so I couldn't even like have a session with like a therapist or anything. So yeah, the body just did its own thing. The body healed itself and continues to. Seemingly layers keep coming up and are expressed, and then just seemingly healing continues to occur. So yeah, I wanted to share this if anyone is going through that, you know, hopefully this finds you, and feel free to reach out.